This video is brought to you by Card Kingdom. Head on over to cardkingdom.com to pre-order your Kaldheim cards today. Hey friends, Kaldheim preview season has officially kicked off, so I'm going into full coverage mode. We start things off with a sweet new god, Valki, Lord of Lies, who is actually the planeswalker Tibalt in disguise. Like all the gods in Kaldheim, Valki is a modal dual-faced card, which means you choose which side of the card you want to cast, giving the card a subtle but important power boost due to the flexibility of being essentially two cards in one. The front side, Valki Lord of Lies, costs 2 mana, 1 and a black, for a legendary creature god that is 2/1 and has 2 abilities. The first ability says, when Valki enters the battlefield, each opponent reveals their hand. For each opponent, exile a creature card they revealed this way until Valki leaves the battlefield. The second ability says pay X and choose a creature card exiled with Valki with converted mana cost X. Valki becomes a copy of that card. So Valki's primary function is early disruption against your opponents. He can be cast early in the game while your opponents all probably have full hands, and not only do you get to reveal each opponent's hands, which is powerful information, but you also get to temporarily exile their best creature cards. This can definitely slow down your opponent's game plans. Valki's other ability to transform into one of the exiled cards can be useful as well, as you can randomly turn Valki into a powerful creature to generate even more value, or just turn it into a big creature to smash face with. Since Valki's abilities are entirely dependent on what your opponents have in hand, his power has high variance. You can cast him, exile 3 important creatures, and then transform Valki into a powerful creature that you exiled, like Hullbreacher for example. Or you could cast him and exile 0 creatures and have a useless second ability. Either way, I think the biggest downside to Valki is that he paints a big target on himself. Your opponents have a strong incentive to get rid of him the moment you exile one of their creatures. And when Valki does eventually get removed, those creatures are returned to their owner's hands. So Valki can be strong or can be weak, but either way, he'll definitely be annoying. It's basically the epitome of a crim card. But that's enough about Valki. Now let's check out his true identity on the back of the card, Tibalt Cosmic Impostor. Tibalt costs 7 mana, 5, a black and a red, for a legendary planeswalker with 5 starting loyalty. Tibalt comes with 4 abilities. As Tibalt enters the battlefield, you get an emblem that says you may play cards exiled with Tibalt, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells. Tibalt's +2 ability exiles the top card of each player's library, his -3 ability exiles target artifact or creature, and his -8 ability exiles all cards from all graveyards and generates 3 red mana. So Tibalt's design is all about exiling cards and then casting them for yourself for huge card advantage. 7 mana is a ton, and this planeswalker won't usually have a huge impact on the game the turn it comes out, which is what you usually look for when it comes to a top-end card like this one, but it's actually got a lot of good stuff going on. The emblem allows you to always cast cards exiled with Tibalt, so even if Tibalt gets removed, you can still cast those cards whenever you want, which is some nice flexibility. His +2 ability is essentially drawing 4 cards and immediately puts him up to 7 loyalty, which makes him fairly sturdy even in Commander. He can also immediately impact the board with his -3 ability to exile a problematic artifact or creature. While Tibalt's abilities are powerful and unique, I'm a bit hesitant about running him due to the whopping 7 mana required to cast him. Usually I want my 7 drops to have a larger immediate impact to the game, but I do appreciate that even if you get to +2 Tibalt once before he dies, he probably ate an opponent's resources to get removed, and you still got 4 cards off him, which you can cast anytime you want to, which is pretty nice. And if your opponents can't answer him, then he's generating an absurd amount of card advantage each turn that will snowball into a win. So where does this leave the new Tibalt overall in Commander? Is he just as big of a meme as his original incarnation, Tibalt the Fiend-Blooded, or is he actually sweet in the format? Well, he's definitely a lot stronger than the original version, that's for sure. My initial evaluation is that he's a solid card, but nothing insanely pushed, which I think is a good thing. Both sides of the card are useful, the front side being solid early game disruption, while the back side offers a pretty insane card advantage engine in the late game. And the flexibility of having both options available to you is very much welcome. But neither side does anything in particular that blows me away, and I feel like all his abilities are going to generate a disproportionate amount of hate. Basically, this is the ultimate crim card. Your opponents don't want you messing with their stuff, and there's a very easy solution of just removing either Valki or Tibalt to prevent them from getting their stuff stolen. It's great if you enjoy an archenemy role, and not so great otherwise. I think Valki/Tibalt is fine as a commander or part of the 99. Since the abilities are entirely reliant on your opponents and have high variance, I haven't found a lot of ways to really take advantage of those abilities in terms of synergies, but feel free to point out in the comment section if you found any really cool card pairings that really make those abilities shine. Even without a lot of synergies though, the flip side is that you don't really need to build around these abilities to get a lot of value out of them. It's definitely a fun card, but not for me personally. So what do you think about the new Tibalt? Do you have any secret spice with the card that I haven't considered? Let me know in the comments section below. There's way more Kaldheim cards to discuss in regards to Commander, so until next time friends, see ya! Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, help us out by clicking the like button down below. And to keep up with the latest and greatest, make sure to click the subscribe button. And if you want to watch similar videos, click on the links appearing on screen right now.